stitchy friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is Sunday, August 8th, 2021. This is FlossTube number 60. It is a very overcast day. Well, not too overcast. It's very cloudy today in South Central Kentucky. It's a little humid and hot, and thought I would touch base with you all. It's been a couple weeks since my last video, and I wanted to show you what I've been working on. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was just to say thank you. Thank you to all of the stitchers that reached out to me on Instagram, on Facebook, sending me well wishes. I did post that I was in the hospital a couple of times in the last week or so. And you just don't know how much it means to me when you leave comments and stuff wishing me well and wishing prayers to me. I'm going to talk about my health for a few minutes, but it's going to be difficult, and hopefully I won't tear up when I'm talking about this, because it is very personal and it is emotional for me, because I've been on this struggle for several years now where they're trying to figure out what exactly is wrong with me and why I'm having the issues I'm having. So some of the things that are happening to me, and I'm not going to go through the whole list of different things, but what caused all this was that I was getting disoriented, lightheaded at work, nauseous, and my heart was racing, and so I ended up in the emergency room. My husband came and took me to the emergency room because I felt like I was almost having a heart attack. I had chest pains. And so when we got there, and you know, it takes forever to get anything in the hospital. Even if you're having chest pains, they rush you in immediately, but then there's all these tests and blood work and da. And by the time that they finished, they really couldn't see any issues. But when and they did send me home, told me to follow up with my cardiologist. And the next day, while I was trying to just do things around the house, and I was off from work the next day, I just couldn't do anything without getting lightheaded and feeling like I was going to topple over. So I was, I called my cardiologist again. I went back in again, told them what was going on. They set me up for a heart cath, which is a heart catheter where they go into your main artery up to your heart and check your heart for things. And so we did schedule that. It took a week to get that scheduled, and I went in. And the wonderful news is that I don't have a blockage of any kind in my heart, which is awesome. I still have bradycardia. I've had bradycardia for several years, where bradycardia is when your heart is going slower than the normal person's heart rate is. So normal people have their heart rate 60s, 70s. My heart rate is in the 40s. Sometimes it drops to the high 30s, 38, 39, but most of the time it's in the 40s. And if I start exerting myself, it'll go into the 50s, but that's as far as it'll go. So we don't know. We still don't know what's going on. I'm still back to square one as to find out what is going on. I thought for a while there, they talked about a pacemaker to ramp up my heart, but we have held off on that for right now, and so that's where I'm at with it. So I have my good days, I have my bad days. I have been off from work since I hit the emergency room. It's been well over a week and a half now since my emergency room visit. I'm recuperating from the heart cath. They do, like I said, go into your main artery. Happened to be my groin where they went into mine. And so it takes about 10 days, 2 weeks to fully heal from that, because it's your artery. You don't want it to start bleeding again. If something happens, you could bleed out. So I have to stay home for those 10 days to 2 weeks until that's healed, and then we'll try to go back to work again. But that's where I'm at with it. Thanks again to everyone for reaching out to me. It was very touching. It made me feel good this entire time that, so many people were reaching out and cared, and so it was really nice. So that's what's going on. I'm not going to go through the whole shebang of everything that's going on health-wise. Just, a scare with my heart, which turned out to be a good thing as far as no clots, no, I didn't need to get a stent. I didn't have any blockage of any kind. They said it looked really good. So that was awesome. So thank you to all of you that reached out to me. The second thing I wanted to do was to thank Sandy for Buy Me a Coffee. Sandy sent me a Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much, Sandy. I really do miss seeing you on FlossTube, and hope at some point you'll come back again and do them again, because I really did enjoy it. But thank you so much. If anyone is interested in supporting my channel, there's a link below for Buy Me a Coffee, Buy Me a Floss. Most of the time that will go towards the expenses I have for running the channel and doing giveaways and such like that. Sometimes it is to buy me a floss, so that link will be below. Also, let's talk about the giveaway. Let's do that right off the bat, right? Because last time I was on, I said I was going to do a giveaway for, where are they? These magnetic cable ties. So I talked about how I really liked them, that they were working out really well, and that I would do a giveaway for 2 sets for people that haven't tried them before. So I did do a drawing for those 2 people, and I want to say congratulations to, and I was going to post a picture of the actual thing, but I'm not going to do that. It's just too many things that I have to edit as it is. So I'm just going to say the names. I do the random comment picker, and I looked for the word magnet because that's the word I said that I wanted you to say. And when I did it, the first winner is Carol, and I believe her last name is called Creamer. Carol Creamer. You won 1 set of the magnetic cable ties, and I will say that one of the prerequisites of being put into the drawing is for you to fill out the Happy Mail form. Unfortunately, the first person that won didn't fill out the Happy Mail form, so they were disqualified. So somebody was going to get some. I keep hitting the table, sorry. And I had to pick a second person. So Carol Creamer, put her name here. I will be sending these your way. The second person that won was Kathy Crafty Cat Stitcher. Yay, Kathy! Love watching her video, and so glad that she won a set. So Kathy Crafty Cat Stitcher, I will be sending a set out to you as well next week. I have to pick up some envelopes to send them out, and then I'll get them in the mail. So awesome. We will have a giveaway again today. We'll do it later in the video. So I'm not sure right at this very moment what it will be. I have a whole stack of stuff, so I'll decide that before I finish off this video, and then we'll put in for another video. If you have not filled out the Happy Mail form, the Google form, I also post a link for that below. If you want to be entered in any of the giveaways that are on my channel, you have to fill out the Happy Mail giveaway form. And that's not just for the giveaways. Sometimes there's just cards sent out, or a gift sent out. So just for being a subscriber and thanking you for watching the channel. So make sure you go below and you fill out that Google form so that you can be included in the Happy Mail and the giveaways. Okay, so the next thing is, I feel like I'm forgetting something already. I don't know what it is. I have one finish. Let's talk about the finish. I'm looking at my notes trying to figure, I got 2 sets of notes going, trying to figure out what I want to talk about, because I always forget to talk about things. Always forget. And I'm sure you all noticed, speaking of forgetting, what's behind me. So I spent a little time in the last week getting those shelves put up. My husband put them up for me this week, and then I'm starting to get my cross-stitching arranged on my shelves. I'm going to tilt you up just a little bit. You can see the shelves. And then I'm putting my stitching on my wall in my craft room. So I'm excited. I'm excited to start getting this room straightened out. I ordered some other organization things. I have a filing cabinet in the corner, and I really want to get that painted white. My desk is also a dark color. I don't know if I can get away with painting this white or not. It's like a laminate. I don't know. Can you paint a laminate with paint stick to that and not chip off? I don't know. But really excited about having the wall. And you can see it's all mostly holiday stuff. This is where I always stick in my craft room. I stick all my cross stitch that I won't stick out in the rest of the house that is holiday related, that the holiday is no longer. So we've got Easter, we've got autumn, we've got Christmas, another autumn one, another Halloween, Christmas. So I don't like to put them away. I want to look at them all the time. So they go in my room on my walls, and when the holiday comes, I'll pull them off the wall here and stick them out in the house, and I get to enjoy them year round. So works great for me. Okay, I have a finish. It's a small finish, just a small one. But I did finished up Lizzie Kate's Bacon Bits. So this is the pattern, and I did this one right here. You are the bacon to my eggs. That's how I feel about my husband. He's such a sweetie pie. He has been taking such great care of me during all of this. He just won't let me do anything. He is just awesome. He is awesome, awesome. Anyway, this is stitched on a 28, I think it's a 28 count mushroom Lugana, and there it is. I didn't iron it, but there it is. And I have a frame. Hold on. Grab this frame. I don't know if this will fit or not. Ooh, look at that. Watch this. Hold on. I'd have to paint the frame, so, but I want to, I have this frame laying here and I haven't done anything with it yet, but see, I might be able to squish that into there. I have to adjust it a little, but that might fit. We'll see. Yep, I got it all crooked in there right now. Right. Yep, I may have to paint that frame up and put it in there. I think it's some kind of stretcher bar frame. It's got some slits or something in it. I don't know, but I'm going to use it for a frame. So that's my one finish. Yay, glad to have it finished. And boy, have I been getting stitching done. Since I have been off for the last 10 days, I have gotten a lot of stitching done. Now I know how all you people that don't work get all this stitching done. Because you get to sit and stitch. I get to sit and stitch all day. It's awesome. I can work on things. And I feel like I'm accomplishing some stitching. I'm going to miss all this when I go back to work. I really am. My hair's sticking out. Okay, so I had the one finish. Whips. Let's talk about the whips. My first whip is a lavender and lace. I started this as a stitch along with Kim. She's Kim TX Stitch Crazy on Instagram. I'll post her Instagram post, her Instagram name here. And we are doing Lavender and Laces, Angel of Freedom. She's a lot further than I am. She's got all that blue and green done. And I didn't have that much done, but I picked this up this week, and this is where I'm at now. Now I turned her into a redhead, as you can see, and I've been working on all that blue. And this is being done on a piece of, I want to say it's 32 count. It was a white even weave. That's an opalescent. You see, it's a nice big piece. And I'm sure you guys can't see that it's, I don't know if you can see that. See the glitter? So she's on a, it's something I dyed myself. Sorry. It is a piece of fabric I dyed myself into a blue, because I wanted her to look like she is in the sky, because you can see in the picture she's floating. This is a little town or something down below here, so I wanted it to look like she was in the sky, and that's where I'm at with her. So that's number one. So, and I will tell you, as I go through my whips, I am going to share some tips and tricks with you as I go. Some things that I have made instead of buying that we could call thrifty making items, or what we call in Kentucky some redneck items, you know, where you make your own instead of buying. Little gadgets that will help you stitch that you can do too. Easy things. I've done more complex ones, and then I've done really simple ones, so I'm going to share those along the way. So that's my first one. That's Angel of Freedom. The second one is I have worked again on my Little House Needleworks Little House Neighborhood. And just love that. And last time you saw it, I had this center pretty much done, and I started working my way up. And this is where I'm at. I got the house on the top done. we go. And I'm loving that house. So as you can see, I did not put the sheep in the middle of the two houses yet. I'm not putting sheep. I'm going to put cows or horses or something that we have in our backyard, our back area, because we're up against a farm. So we have cattle and we have horses there. So I want to put those in that centerpiece instead of the sheep. But I'm loving this. This is being done on a 32 count cream Lugana, and it is really beautiful. I love it. I enjoy stitching on it. Even though that's a lot of block color, I'm enjoying stitching on it. So one of the things that I did was I started making, I see a lot of people have these little thread catchers, I don't know what you want to call them, just to keep your little strings of thread on. So this one, it's a Halloween one, even though it's with my house one. It was the first fabric that I grabbed in order to make it. It's just, you know, something thrown together. And basically it is batting and then just framed in some fabric. So I keep my little swatches on there. So for this one, it's not a lot of color differences, so that makes that quite easy. On my next one, I'm going to put this away as I go because I don't want to lose where I'm at. All right, let me put away my Angel of Freedom. In fact, my Angel of Freedom is in a Kentucky Derby bag that I made. So I didn't have a bag that would match what she is, so I just stuck her in Kentucky Derby. So that's those two. I'm just going to toss them on the floor, I guess. Okay, so my next one is Little House Needlework. Let It Snow Banner. That's Stony Creek. It's something that I have really enjoyed working on as well. Last time you guys saw it, I was all the way up to there. I had the 2 Let It Snows and the cabin. So I was able to get this whole one done right here. So that makes me 2/3 of the way complete. I have another Let It Snow and another snowman scene to do, and it will be done. So this is it. This is what it looked like before. Let's see if I can fold this right. This is what it, whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to knock you guys. This is what it looked like before. And this is also being done on a 32 count mushroom Lugana. I believe it's either 28 or 32, but I think it's 32. And this is what it looks like now. So just, oh, I love this. I love this. It's going to be the most beautiful banner when it's completed. So let's scroll all the way down to the end here, and I'll show you this up close. There it is, and you're going to say to me, he's missing a nose. Well, no, he's not, because the nose is a button, so that'll get put on last. But he is so darn cute. So let's talk about what it looks like here. There's the first one, Let It Snow. Right, and there is the cabin, and then the second Let It Snow. And then the last one is that one. So just beautiful. I love Stony Creek. They are just absolutely fabulous. They are such beautiful designs. So on this particular one, we talk about thread organization when you're working on your projects and what you use in your project bags to keep your threads organized. This particular one has 42 flosses. So, and at this time when I started this, I was bobbinating my floss. So on this particular project, I have it bobbinated. And how I have it stored is in these plastic sleeves. All my bobbins are in these plastic sleeves. Now these are 2x2 plastic sleeves that normally hold a coin. So these are coin pages. If I can find a link to the pages on Amazon, I will link it below. So those of you that do bobbinating and you want a way to store your bobbins in your bags, This is a great way to do it. This particular project is stored in one of these Amazon bags, and these fit in there just perfectly. The bobbins do not fall out. That's upside down. You can see the one sliding because it's getting not much left in it. But these particular pages, and I'll show you, have pockets that have a cover. See, they have covers. I have all mine tucked in, but you certainly could put your floss in your pocket. Hold on. It's hard to do when you're talking. And then put the cover over, and then, of course, they would never fall out. But I keep my pockets tucked in because I find it's not that big of an issue if one falls out in the bag and I have to put it back. So I just tuck them behind the little flap, and I stick my bobbins in there, and this is how I store them. Okay, so great, love it, right? Take your bobbin out, take your floss out. When I was done stitching, I would stuff the extra down behind it, down here, until I was ready to use that color again. Well, it got kind of annoying that I had to keep winding and unwinding floss and shoving things back in there and trying to pull it all out to get my threads out. So I decided to make another one of those thread mats, we call it a thread mat, you know, that you can lay out. But this one, because of 42 colors, I had to get a little creative with it. So what I made was this here. Now this is just thrown together, nothing major, but it opens up. I think my thing is in here. Yeah, my color chart's in here. You open it up, and this is holding all my floss that's loose right now. And you can see that I have a label maker, and I put a label, I put a label for each number, so I knew exactly, and you can see they don't fall off. This is batting material. And I also, so I close it, I don't want them sticking together. I have a piece of vinyl that I use for making project bags, and I cut a piece to lay between them. So when I close it, they will not stick together. I can open it back up, and they are not stuck together. The other thing that I did was, I'm gonna put this down, is I took cardboard and I put it between the batting and the fabric. So that's just a box that I cut up, but it keeps it stiff. So if I'm laying it somewhere, it doesn't get all floppy. It lays hard. And cut 2 pieces of batting on each side, left a pocket in it. Now I certainly could run my sewing machine all the way down here and close these off, which I may do. I haven't done it, but it's not hurting anything. But I've got all my flosses out, and I have been able to stitch so much faster with this like this, where I can just grab my color. I know exactly where it goes back. If there's an empty spot, then I need to get more off of my bobbin, and here it sits. And then I just close it up. Now I'm going to put my vinyl back in it again because I don't want them sticking. But I just put a piece of vinyl in between to keep them from sticking to one another. So this worked out great. If you have a lot of bobbins and you don't want them sticking, this works out great. So after I did that, I said, well, a lot of people don't have a sewing machine. A lot of people can't do this. What do you do if you don't have a sewing machine? Well, I'm going to tell you how you do it. You get yourself a piece of mat board, cut it to the size you want, and glue batting to it. Get yourself some glue, glue the batting to it. Will work just great. Will work great. Get yourself a piece of, if you're worried about them sticking to it or not sticking to it when you're in and out of the bag, you can certainly put this, sorry, there's a hair on it. You certainly could cut a piece of the vinyl. You can get the vinyl anywhere, Joann's, Walmart. I'm sure that Hobby Lobby has it too, and just cut a piece to cover the top of it, and then put a rubber band around it, a ribbon, anything to hold the vinyl so that it doesn't shift and will hold your fabric in place. You could take little stickers and write your numbers and stick it on the felt, on the batting, and then put your floss on it. So great, easy thing to do. If you're a bobbinator and you're tired of winding and unwinding, this is a great alternative to it, and you can slip it right in your bag. So I wanted to share that with you. This big one actually does fit in one of these bags. This is my bag that I keep Let It Snow banner, and all this stuff fits in there. I've got my bobbins, they go in there, my fabric, and my chart. Where's my chart? My chart will fit in there, and my fabric fits in there. And they all just fit in there just fine. Easy to travel. There it is. So another great tip, if you can't afford to go buy one off Etsy, or you see people on Flosstube selling them, and you can't afford to do that, or you want to try to make your own, very easy to do. Mat board, vinyl, batting, glue. Easy peasy. You can do it. So that was the next thing I worked on. The next one was my Mira Mirabilia Miss Christmas Eve. I've given her a lot of love these last 10 days. A lot of love. I am so happy. I am so determined to get her completed. I have been working on her since 2017. And Christmas Eve this year, it'll be 4 years. 4 years, sorry. Butterfly out the window. I see him flittering by, beautiful yellow one. I have to stop and look. I've been working on her for 4 years, and 4 years is 3 years too many. I need to get her done. So this is where I'm at with her, and I've got her on the board and got her all ironed so you could see her. And I am almost ready for beading and back stitching. There she is. There she is. She's just gorgeous. I finished up all the red on this side. Last time you saw her, I had part of this red done. I got all this red done, all this green, the ribbons. I finished her arm and got the ribbon in here, did some more stitching on her hat, and she is just fabulous. And this is done on a 32 count opalescent silvery moon that I overdyed to get a little darker and gray. So I did put some color on the silvery moon because I wanted it a little darker. But she is just absolutely fabulous. I am still looking for a frame for her. I want an old oval wooden frame for her. And I'm hoping that I'll eventually will find one. Keep my eye out, keep searching, and I'll figure it out. So on her, this is what I keep hers in. Hers is also in, hers is also bobbinated. So when my husband and I were on the road, I made this, which is like a floss buddy type thing that I made myself. Here, let me get this out. And this is what it looks like inside. It's all pockets. And it's working out just fine. I think I'm going to take this here and I'm going to start putting my extras on here. What I've been doing is I have them all on a, here, look at this mess. Look at this stringy mess, huh? I have them all on a card that I put all the, oh, I know it's getting blown out. There you go. You can see it's got all the numbers and the symbols on it and little holes, and that's how I've been storing it. But I think I'm going to switch it out and put it on here and get myself another piece of the vinyl to put across it and stick it right in my floss buddy, because it'll all fit right in there. So that's my plan. My other thing that I wanted to share with you, and another tip, is beading. Now I'm getting close to a point where I can start beading Miss Christmas Eve. And I have different beading things. I don't have it here. I have one of those bead buddies, you know, the metal thing, or the plastic. It looks like a mini CD case, and you flip it open. It's sticky on both sides, and you can put your beads in there. But I find that's very difficult. When I stitch normally in hand. But when I'm doing Miss Mirabilia, when I'm getting to the beading, she's going to have to go on a scroll thing, on a scroll frame. So I want something that's easy and accessible to the beads for the ones that I'm working on. So I came up with this bead ring. Okay, I've seen bead rings all over that you can use. And I said, I'm not buying a bead ring. I'm going to make one. So this is what I did. This is my bead ring. I know it doesn't look all neat, but it works. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I made a bead ring. And now I normally will put this on my thumb, and I will put the beads on top. This is just a clear to cover the sticky. This is all sticky. And I'll drop my beads on, and they won't fall off. So I can move my hand around. Whoops, just lost my plastic sleeve. Pick up my beads off of here, and then put them in. And it works just great. I tried this when I was beading on one of the mill hills, and it works fabulous. It works fabulous. So I made 2 of them. So what I did was I purchased a few things. The first thing is I purchased over at Hobby Lobby these ring blanks. So you can see them there, and it's just, I think it's a 4-pack. Was it a 4? It's a 5-pack. It says they are adjustable ring with 12mm pad. They were $3.99. I got them at half off. Cost me $2 for 5 rings. The next thing I tried to do was find something to use as a platform to put the stickiness on. I already had these. These I used. Let me see if I can get this off. Hold please. Let's see if I have something that'll peel this so you can see what these look like. Now, you can get anything to use to do this. This is what I had already had, but you could get a little round cylinder piece of wood. They sell the wood blanks at all the craft stores and stuff. This is what I had, and these were acrylic discs, and they're just little acrylic. This one's white. I have little white ones, little black ones. They're 1-inch discs, and they have this backing paper on the back so they don't get scratched. That's what I was peeling off, is the backing paper. But these were little discs that were used for earrings. So, but it's a little flat disc. So I took my ring. Let's open this back up again. Show you that again. So this is what the ring looks like. It's just a ring with a platform, and it's adjustable. I took my disc. I took some E6000, stuck them together, let them dry. And then I purchased on Amazon this bead-along tacky mat. And this is a thick mat. You can see it's thick. Now you can get these, and you can also get just the sheets that are double tacky over at Joann's. I didn't see them at Hobby Lobby. That's why I ended up on Amazon. But the thin sheets would work just great too. This just happened to be a mat. That's what I bought. And I cut this up and stuck it on the acrylic. I just made it the size. I drew it out. I cut it with some scissors. You can see it's not, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's not exactly straight, or you can see it's got jagged edges, but it works. It works. I can put this on my finger, my thumb, anywhere I want, put my beads on it, and I can bead that way and not have to reach and try to find my beads or try to pick them up off of that flat tray that's a pain in the... And so this works out great. So I wanted to share that with you. You can make your own. Pick up the ring blanks. Okay, pick up a wood disc would be just fine. You can get go over to the unfinished wood and get a 1-inch disc and super glue it, E6000 it to your ring. Get yourself a double stick mat, or this one. This one's the sticky mat, or the double stick, just the double stick tape, and stick it on there and make your own beading ring. So glad to share that with you too. Love making stuff. I love just coming up with my own stuff instead of having to buy stuff all the time. And now I can make 5 rings, put them in different projects, right? Just make sure that you're taking the cover off of the double stick, right? And that you're putting it back on to keep it sticky. And the great thing is this double stick, you can actually wash it. You can wash this and dry it off and it'll become sticky again. So it is great stuff. Okay, so that was tip number 2 or 3. I can't remember right now. And that's all the whips. Those are all the things that I've started or worked on. Not started. All the things I've worked on since the last time I videoed. And I do have one new start. And that is a chart that was loaned to me that was on my wish list. And it is Blackbird Designs Autumn Song. So I was so thrilled that somebody agreed to loan this to me so I can stitch it. So I'll be working on this in the next 2 weeks to get it done. Beautiful, beautiful design. On the back, they show it on a box. It also has this here, which says needles, which is a needle keep that you can make. So this is my priority for the next 2 weeks or until I get it done. I'm doing it in all my own colors. It calls for Weeks Dye Works. I don't have Weeks Dye Works. So I pulled the DMCs, which are here, that match the weeks. And then I turned around and started pulling my Gentle Art threads, the colors that I wanted to use. So I'm using Acorn, I'm using Nutmeg, I'm using, this is a Classic Color Works, Fallen Leaves. Isn't that pretty? Look at all that variegation. Gentle Arts Cinnamon. And this is cinnamon too. This is where you talk about where these two are both named Cinnamon from Gentle Arts. Look at the difference. The darkness and the lightness. 2 different ones. This one is Burnt Orange. Also, again, has a lot of pretty variegation in it. And then the last one is called Autumn Leaves with the golds and the oranges. So I'll be using these at some form or another in here. I haven't decided where yet. But I did start it today. I'll get rid of this thread that's sitting here. And I want to show you where I'm at with it because I started with the bird. So I'll show you right now that I am right here, that center wing in the bird. I'm not going to take it out of my hoop. I'm just going to show you. There it is. That's my start. This is 36 count mallow, I think it's called. Picture this plus. I have had this for a while. In fact, I had planned on stitching something else on this and it didn't work out, so I still had it. So it's really pretty. It's got some yellowy oranges in it and tan. So I'm hoping that's going to be beautiful. I'm going to stitch it up as quickly as I can so I can get it back to its owner. And I am going to put the pattern in my filing cabinet so I know where it is, safe until I want to show you guys again. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks I'll have that done. It's not a very big piece. It's like, I think the stitch count is 97 by 103. Is that what it was? Oh, can't remember now. This is a pattern that is part of the Loose Feathers. Number 27 is from 2007. Design size is 114 by 107. That's what it is. So just fabulous. Thank you again to that person that loaned me that chart so I can get it done. I have joined in on Instagram. They have a hashtag for the month of August called Common Threaded Stitcher. And I've been doing that for the last week, which is lots of fun. Get to share different things about your stitchiness and you, and sometimes you learn a few things about yourself on the way. And I certainly learned a few things about it today because I was a day behind, so I was doing number 7, which was what was number 7? What was, I don't want to say what it is if I don't know exactly what the question was. Hold on. Number 7 is, go back. Stitching journal. How do you keep track of your stitchy progress? So I have been using the X-Stitch app and now the X-Stitch Plus app, but at the beginning I was using the X-Stitch app on Android. It's for Android and Apple, and I would put all my stuff in my app. Now we have X-Stitch Plus, which looks like this, and I thought I was pretty good at it. Okay, I have tried journaling. I have tried many times. I have a Happy Planner book. So here's my Happy Planner. Hello today for this year. And I never can seem to keep it going. I'm really lousy at trying to keep it going. So I'll show you this for this week. I have done it this week, but this is before this came up. I said I really need to keep track because when I'm doing my floss tubes, I don't know what I worked on, or I can't remember how many days I worked on something. And so I started this week. I've done pretty good so far, but will I keep it up? Probably not. I'm really lousy at journaling and keeping records, keeping notes. So I thought the app would be the perfect solution. And I thought I was doing really well. I might have missed one or two things, but not a big deal. Well, I went into it this morning to see where I was with things, and I was shocked at how many projects that I did not put into my app, or how many entries in my app were missing information, missing thread counts, missing fabric counts, missing start dates or end dates or anything like that. I was like, oh my cow, I suck at this. What the, I don't want to use the last word. But I was just shocked at how many things that I had omitted. So I started writing down, I started going through it year by year, all my finishes, and looking at them and figure out what I'm missing. What information is missing? Most of them were missing current pictures because I had FFO things, but I never took a finalized picture and put it in the app. Took finalized pictures and put them on Instagram, I put them on Facebook, but just didn't bother doing it where it was important in my app. So I had to go back around the house, walk around the house, take pictures of stuff that I had finished, and then start adding them into the app. So I am way behind. It's going to take me weeks because there is information missing that I don't know the answer to. I'm going to have to go through my old floss tubes to see if I can find the information I need to complete my entries. And then I found out that I'm missing some cross stitches I just can't find from the move. I have a biscogne that was a gift that was in a swap. Don't know where that is. I finished, what was it called? Unbroken Song from Blackbird Designs, and did the box. I'm sure you guys, if you went back, you saw I did the box with the, I can't find that. I don't know where it's at. So I'm going to have to start stripping. I'm going to strip everything down. I am just so over not being organized. I don't know where anything is. It drives me nuts. I have a bad habit of not putting things back where they belong, and then I can't find them. So I am going to have to strip down everything and go through everything. It's even with my filing cabinet with my charts. I'll put a chart away, and then when I go back, it's not in the right spot. I just stink at putting things where they belong. And as I'm getting older, it's getting worse because now I can't remember where things are. So I'm going to have to reorganize my entire craft room and get it under control and get organized and get things labeled. I did label quite a few things in my closet, but I really need to go back through and look for those things that I know I'm missing. So I wrote notes to remind myself what I'm missing, because you know, when I go in a day or two to go look for it, I'm probably not going to remember what the heck I was missing to begin with. So I got at least 2, 3 things. I'm going to write the other thing. 3 things that I am missing that I have no clue where they are. So I'm going to have to locate those. Okay. So if you, okay, let's go back. So if you want to join, if you're on Instagram and you're not doing the hashtag common threaded stitcher, please join us. It's lots of fun. You learn some things about yourself. I learned some stuff. And other stitchers get to learn about you too, and just brings our community together. So that is that. So let's talk about purchasing for your collection. I have to admit something. This is my nemesis, is that a good word for that? This is my issue, okay? I'm a stress eater and I'm a stress buyer. When I'm unhappy, when I'm upset, when I need a pick-me-up, I eat and I buy. So yes, I have done some eating in these 10 days. And yes, I've done some buying. And I shouldn't be doing either. I don't need any added weight and I don't need any added collection. But I did it anyway because it gives me that just temporary happiness of buying something new or eating that piece of cake or whatever it is. So let's talk about what I purchased to add to my collection in the last 2 weeks. And I'm going to grab my basket and bring it up here. It's not a lot, it's just in a basket. So the first thing that I went over to Stony Creek website because I wanted to finish kitting up this pattern, Sleepy Hollow. I love this. I have loved this from the minute that I saw, hold on. Don't you hate it when that goes right out of your head? Christine, Stitch All the Things. The minute I saw Christine's fully finished, where she had Joe Rensel do the framing of this piece, I have loved it and wanted to do it. And I put it to the back burner, didn't have the stuff, and said enough's enough. So I already had the pattern, had it for a while. I went over to Stony Creek and I bought, because trying to find some of this stuff, you can't find it. So this is 32 count haunted. Look at this gorgeousness of fabric for that piece. There it is. Now I think they stitched theirs on 28. I'm doing 32. And I'm loving this fabric. It is just gorgeous. And of course, if you know anything about Stony Creek, they always have a freebie pattern of the month. So this is the one I got, and what perfect timing, because out of all of them, well, they all are pretty darn neat. This is all of them, okay, and they're blurred, so you can't see that last one. But there was 4 in the series, 1, 2, 3, 4, and each one of them on their own would make an adorable thing. But I was lucky enough to get the one with the witch. That was the week. Was that the week or the month? Did we do it weekly? Monthly. Monthly, for the month of July. That was the one with the witch. And I love it. Perfect. I would stitch that. I would stitch that. I would finish off the broom, finish off the moon. I would take out the border on the bottom. And I would stitch that. So I was glad to get that. And now I have all of that. Plus I went over to Hobby Lobby, got all the DMC for it. And it is in my pumpkin bag. Now I love this bag. This is the same fabric. Sorry, I just got cat hair in my mouth. This is the same fabric that I showed you. I did that little, see, cat hair. That little thread mat. And I love this fabric. I love this fabric. I love the saying on the back of this fabric. It reminds me of my son. When my son was little, I have a video of him singing a song called 5 Little Christmas Trees. And I watch that every once in a long while. And I just die laughing with him acting out 5 Little Christmas Trees. This one is 5 Little Pumpkins. Okay, and I'm going to read this. And I got this fabric at Joann's a couple years ago, but I don't know if you can still get it or not. But I love this fabric. This is the what it says on the back. 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. First one said, "Oh my, it's getting late." Second one said, "There are bats in the air." Third one said, "But we don't care." The fourth one said, "Let's run, run, run." The fifth one said, "I'm ready for fun." Woo went the wind, out went the light, and 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. Isn't that adorable? Isn't that adorable? I love it. I love it. I wish they'd come up with 5 little Christmas trees. You know, if I could find that fabric, I would be on it like nobody's business. But I love this fabric, love this bag, and it's my forever Halloween bag. And this is where Sleepy Hollow is going to sleep until I get him started. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen because I am going to start this probably October 1st. Will I finish in time for Halloween? Probably not, but I'm going to start it on October 1st. So that's the first one. That's the first thing I purchased. The second thing was I belong to the Stitch Me's Fabric of the Month. I joined her group to do Fabric of the Month. I chose 36 count linen, and my choice is it's an every other month. 1 month of neutrals and 1 month of non-neutral. I don't know what she calls it. I can't remember. But July was a neutral one. If you haven't gotten yours yet and you don't want to see it, don't look. But I think a lot of people have been showing this already. This is the neutral for the month of July. Just beautiful. Beautiful neutral. She does such lovely, lovely fabric. She really does. You can't help but love it. I wish I could join in on her Friday night fight night like some people do. I just can't afford to do that. I can't afford to buy 3, 4, 5 fabrics at a time. I can barely afford one a month at this point. Medical bills are going to kill me at the, with everything that's going on. So I certainly can't splurge on certain things. But beautiful fabric. Love Be Stitch Me. I'll link her below if you want to join in. She has a Facebook group. She has a web page. And on her Facebook, she does the Friday night fight nights. I purchased this particular Mirabilia because I had loved it for a long time. And I found it on eBay at a great price. I think this is a discontinued. In fact, I'm almost sure it is. It is Gypsy Queen. And I can say I got it for under $15. And there she is. So I love this. I need to find the embellishment pack for her. I also have to get the embellishment pack for Sleepy Hollow. I haven't picked that up yet. I really need to pick that up. So I'll have it. I went over to Cobweb Corner though, and I picked up the embellishment pack for Miss Christmas Eve because I didn't have it. So there it is there. So I was glad to get that in. That will go in with Miss Christmas Eve until she's completed. Throw that envelope away. Last thing I purchased, I told you I stressed by, was some floss that is Victorian Motto. Now I belong to Victorian Motto's club back in 2019, and I won't say why I left her club. It was just issues, but I really loved her floss. I really loved her floss. I was so disappointed that I had to stop doing that. So she is, and I know she's been having issues. She's been having issues fulfilling people's orders. She's got club members that are months and months behind in receiving their orders, even though they've paid for them. But this I purchased on eBay. So she is following through on shipping requirements on eBay, which is great. So which means I can get some of her floss again. And this is what I got. This is the July bundle. And they're just beautiful. So we've got Zesty Orange, Cherry. What a pretty color. That doesn't look right at all there, but it's a beautiful cherry color. Summer Green, Royal Blue, and it's more purpley than that. Royal, no, no, it's a little more purpley than that. Magenta, and that's definitely deeper than what you're seeing. And specialty pink, which is also a lot more vibrant than you're seeing. So I was glad to get those. I love that they're in 20-yard skeins, and they're always beautiful colors. None of these are variegated this time, which is a little disappointing. I like to get a little bit of variegation when I buy overdyes. None of these are, but they're all just beautiful nonetheless. So that was my last of my purchases, last of adding to my collection, because I don't want to call it haul or stash. I'm not stashing away anything, I'm collecting. So let's see, did I forget anything? I'm looking on my list. I don't think I forgot anything. Let me go back on my other one, because you know, if I don't do this while you're with me, I won't remember. Go back on my other list here. We talked about that. We talked about that. We did the giveaway. Yeah, thanked everyone. That was it. That is it. That is it for today. Thank you so much for coming by and visiting with me. I greatly appreciate it. I really enjoy the interaction that we have on the video. So if you're here and you like what you see, please take a moment to subscribe and like the video, comment below. And I just remembered, see, I said I was going to do a giveaway. So I'm going to pause it and then I'm going to come back with the giveaway. Hold on. Okay, so let's do a giveaway. So remember, the first thing is you must fill out the Happy Mail form down below. So make sure, cat hair again. Cat hair is everywhere. It's in my hair, it's in my mouth, it is in my stitching, it's everywhere. Make sure you fill out the Happy Mail form. Link is down below, so you have to be on there because I don't want to chase anybody down for addresses or anything when I go to send this stuff out. I want to be able to just go to the form, get your information, send it out to you. The second thing is you have to be over 18. Do not say giveaway or free or anything else like that. Your comment will be deleted. I will ship anywhere in the world for this, anywhere. Make sure if you're filling out the Google form, you tell me what country you're in. Don't forget that information. I need the whole information, your address and what country. I am in the U.S. People that are in the U.S., I recognize their addresses. If you're outside the U.S., I will not recognize what country you are from. So make sure you put that in for me. Okay, but I will send this anywhere in the world. We'll do the drawing in 2 weeks again when I do the next video. This is a design from Ursula Michaels. It is called I'd Rather Be by the Sea. And this is the design. It's a beautiful blue design, clothesline with quilts, and it's got a sea theme to it, ocean theme. So we will give this away on the next video. So there we go. Okay, so I think we covered everything then, right? Even if you're not putting in for the giveaway, make sure you go in and do the Google form, the Happy Mail Google form, so that you can receive Happy Mail from time to time. Like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. I love the interaction. I answer every single comment. There's also the link below for Buy Me a Coffee, Buy Me a Floss. And until next time, I will be stitching and thinking of all of you and watching and responding on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you certainly can do that. I will put my link up here across my stitches, just as it is done. And I welcome you to come follow me over there as well. I'm trying to get better at posting on Instagram. I haven't posted except for my Common Thread Stitcher posts, but I'm going to go put updates on everything that I've been working on. So I'm going to do that on Instagram. And I would love to see what you're working on as well. So I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.